From Cornwall to Birmingham and Johnston and Bexhill, here's Ruben Spar on the radio.
Hello to Colin Gordon-Farleigh. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you very much.
Thank you for letting me chat to you today. So, can you tell me how long have you been a singer-songwriter for?
Well, I've been a songwriter for far longer than I've been a singer. There, in professional terms, I always loved singing all my life, but I only started singing professionally back in 2017 at the grand age of 74 years old. And I've been a songwriter for the last 25 years. But I've been a writer since I was 8 years old.
So, tell me more about the debut single that released called A Little Bit of Country.
Yeah, a little bit of country. Pardon me. That came about when I was in Nashville. I'd gone over to Nashville for the first time as a country fan, but also to be in the studio on Music Row, where my friend's studio were recording a couple of my songs with people there. And so for me, I looked at that as being the cherry on the cake. And I thought it couldn't get better. How wrong I was. Because as it turned out, that evening, a whole group of us went across to Long Hollow Jamboree, where my friend's band was playing. He's at a 6-piece bluegrass band. And cutting a long story short, I got bullied into standing up and singing. And I was certainly very reluctant. But I stood up and I sang Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. The significance of that song was that it was on a Slim Whitman LP, which I bought when I was 14 years old. And that song was the song that turned me into a country music fan. And so I think that's what the spur was that made me decide that however reluctant, yes, I would sing that because I knew the song. The big thing was, of course, that I'd never sung in public before, and I'd certainly, obviously, never sung with a live band. So it was all new and all scary. There's a video of me singing that song, and wooden is an understatement. I think concrete might be better, but my voice came out.
That's amazing. So, what was it like visiting Nashville?
Nashville is absolutely wonderful. I love Nashville. There, I've had wonderful times there, meeting up with all sorts of friends. I really have so many friends in Nashville there, and it's like home from home as far as I'm concerned.
So, can you tell me more about the album that released called Friends and Heroes?
Yeah, Friends and Heroes. That was my third album, and the concept behind that was that the songs on it were songs that had been sung by my country heroes. One of the songs on there, for example, was a Jim Reeves song, He'll Have to Go. And when I was a 16-year-old, 1959, that's when that song came out. And I fell in love with the song. And I just couldn't hear it enough times. Little did I ever dream that one day I would be in Nashville recording the song myself. So that was part and parcel. The other side of the thing, that was the heroes. The Friends side of the album was because 5 of the tracks on the album were sung as duets with friends of mine in the Nashville area.
So, can you tell me more about the single that released called "The Girl with the Laughing Eyes"?
Girl with the Laughing Eyes. Yeah, that came about. My wife and I had gone on holiday to Croatia, and there was a girl on reception, and I like people watching, and I'd been watching this girl, and subconsciously it seemed that she was flirting with everybody. I don't think it was a conscious thing. It was just the way that she was. And when it came time for us to leave, I went across and I said goodbye to her. And I said, something you don't know about me. I said, I am a singer and songwriter, and I'm going to write a song about you because you've got laughing eyes. And that's the song.
So, can you tell me more about the single that released called "I Only See You"?
I Only See You, fabulous song written by New Zealand singer-songwriter Ginny Peters. Ginny is probably, I would say, in my book, Ginny is certainly the most well-known New Zealand songwriter. She's recorded in Nashville, did a very illustrious career, and I had the great privilege of co-writing some stuff with Ginny. The song "I Only See You," a very special song for her. I was the first bluegrass artist to cover the song, but the song has been covered, I think I'm right in saying, 135 times now.
No,
Great.
That's a lot of times.
Yeah, brilliant song.
So, can you tell me more about your album that released called "Dreams of a Dreamer"?
Dreams of a Dreamer. Every time I've released an album, I wanted it to be something different, something about it, and hence the Friends and Heroes with the duets. And Dreams of a Dreamer was different in that every song on that was a song that I had written the whole song myself. So that was the thing to do with that one.
So, can you tell me about your latest album called "Dreaming in Nashville"?
Dreaming in Nashville. Yeah, Dreaming in Nashville, I recorded that back in October last year there. And probably the last album I'll be able to do with my producer because he's retiring there. I've been very lucky in my producer, Ernie Rowell, was one of the Jones boys. He was working with George Jones, should I say the great George Jones, for 8 years, and with several other major stars. And Ernie guided my music career, such as it is, from the very word go. A great guy to have. The concept of the Dreaming in Nashville, based around the song, there, just literally because so many singer-songwriters go to Nashville full of hope, full of dreams, and really that's all we have. We have hope and dreams, and you work away and you try and you try, and every time you fall over, you try up and get up and start all over again, and you just hope that one day someone will listen to what you've written, and so that's the story behind that.
You also wrote "Dreaming in Nashville" with Michael Wayne Dill. So, how did that come about?
Well, I'm not quite sure how we met really. There, I think somewhere along the line we just decided to do a co-write together there, and we found we hit it off tremendously. I mean, we treat each other a bit like brothers, I think, more than anything, and somehow we just gel off each other perfectly. I can send my cassette of lyrics, and within 24 hours, he's usually sent back a demo of the song. So you can't work much better than that. And we've now we've written a whole ruck of songs together, and we're writing stuff all the time. So yeah, the latest move in that way is where we've linked up under the name the Gordon-Farleigh-Dill Association. And we're going to be releasing a whole lot of stuff there. We've just released the first couple of singles. There's another single due for release in about a week's time, I think. They're week to 10 days, and another 2 singles to follow. And then early spring next year, we'll be releasing our first album. And then we're going to be working on a gospel album after that.
So, is there any plans for releasing any solo music of your own in next year?
No, not at the moment. No, I've had a few health problems recently, and unfortunately, all to do with my chest. And so I'm taking a back seat from singing at the moment, at least singing from a professional point of view, and I'm concentrating on writing.
That's good to hear. So, can you tell me, what's it like being an independent artist for you?
I love it. The big thing for me, of course, is I've never been anything but. So I guess one way you can say I don't know what it's like not to be there, but I don't think I'd like to change the situation. I'm as an independent artist, I can decide what I'm going to release. If I was signed to an organization, they would decide what I was going to release. And I wouldn't really like that. I guess I'm too much of a control freak.
So finally, can you tell me, listeners, where can I find you on your social media, please?
I'm on most social media. They're what I call the traditional things. So I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram, and so on. Facebook's my main social media platform, really, and that's it. And I post regularly on there.
Thank you for letting me chat to you today.
Thank you very much indeed. It's been a pleasure.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Indeed. Thanks very much indeed. Good night and God bless.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.